Welcome to the Third Win channel. Today we're going to be taking the EU qualifiers, so the UEFA World Cup qualifiers, and we're going to be looking at all the groups and we're going to see which 12 teams are going to be qualifying from the European side of the world. And without further ado, let's get into it. Group A, we have Azerbaijan, Luxembourg, Portugal, Ireland, and Serbia. And what immediately screams out to me as a group winner is Portugal. Even with a more old Ronaldo, this team has shown strength time and time again with their younger squad, and I just see them getting stronger and stronger. So to me, they get first in this group. And as to who qualifies, based on Nations League and just kind of recent events, I think Ireland is kind of an aging, older squad, not too strong. Luxembourg impressed a little bit, but they haven't been consistent. And Azerbaijan, they always finish like third, fourth, like second in a group like this. It just won't happen. And therefore, I'm going to pick Serbia as the runner-up here. In a bit of an easy group for them. They did well in their Nations League group. I think they got first or second place. So, and they have a strong squad. I watched the Norway Serbia game in the Euro qualifiers, and I mean they're strong. Beating a team like Norway is impressive nowadays. So I'm gonna go with Portugal first, Serbia second. Now let's get rid of this group and move on. Group B, I think Georgia. So the group is Georgia, Greece, Kosovo, Sweden, Spain. Sweden and Spain have been in groups often together, and they are quite a tight match. And I think that the trend will continue that Spain tops a group like this. Even though I think their squad is getting a little weaker, I still think that Georgia is going to get probably bottom of the group. Greece, they had their moment in like what was it, 2004, that era, and I think that they just don't have the squad now. Even their bests are getting old, and I don't see too much talent coming from them. And between Sweden and Kosovo, which I think is, it's a worthy mention. I think Kosovo could get third in this group, but Sweden is just stronger, and they've shown the ability to replace their best players. And they've also called up Ibrahimovic again, which is a little exciting. So this is yet again a bit of an easy group. I think Spain and Sweden through. Next, Group C, we got, okay, I mixed these up, so I'm going to check this flag. That's not Hungary, that's Bulgaria. Italy, Lithuania, Northern Ireland, and Switzerland. So I can immediately say I don't think Northern Ireland is worthy of making it through this group. I think they're the weakest of the UK teams. They have again been struggling with finding the quality. Lithuania, not quite there. The Baltic states are struggling right now, and there just haven't been any good results. Bulgaria is a worthy mention. They're the kind of team that usually gets third place, and they're fighters. I'll give them that much. I've seen some action with them, and I just don't think they're better than Switzerland. So for me, this is going to be a tight race for first. I'm actually a little divided on if Italy or Switzerland wins, but I'll give Switzerland the benefit of the doubt. I'll say sure, Switzerland makes it through. Italy gets second because Italy struggled a little bit in group stages as of late, but I still think that they easily get second in this group. But that is a bit of a worry, But that's this group. Again, a bit of an easy one. I'm going to delete this row. Group D, we have Bosnia and Herzegovina, Finland, France, Kazakhstan, Ukraine. Now this is a bit of a tough group. I'm gonna pick the World Cup winners to go through. It just is a bit of a no-brainer. They have just an immensely strong squad, and they could probably win if they're B team. Moving on, I think the weakest squad is Kazakhstan. I just haven't seen them really perform. They don't beat teams like Latvia, Israel. So they're gonna probably bottom the group out. Finland doesn't have all the quality that they need quite yet. They have some strong players, but Pookie and whatnot, but they're just not quite there. In Bosnia and Herzegovina, they have some strong players, but again, just not enough. And I think Ukraine has just shown quality time and time again, and they're in. Let me check the Nations League real quick. They're in League A, and they managed to score some points against Switzerland, Germany, and Spain. So all the respect to them. I think that they're going to be runner-ups in this group. And that does it for that group, but that's a bit of a tougher group. Group E, we got Belarus, Belgium, Czechia, Czech Republic, Estonia, and Wales. Worthy of a mention is Czech Republic did qualify for Euros, and they're in Group B, along with Wales as well. They both topped their groups, but Wales did so in a more decisive manner. They got the star Bale, and I think Czechia has a bit of an aging squad. But that doesn't matter, because the group winner will be Belgium. They're just incredibly strong still, even though I think they're getting weaker. I think they're like, their FIFA ranking is number 1 or 2 in the world, so that says a lot for itself. Again, Baltic states, Estonia, I don't think they're too strong. Belarus, kind of in the same pool. And between Wales and Czechia, I think Wales will make a little bit of a comeback. They've been on a strong run of form, so I think that they'll get runners up. And Czech Republic will have to enjoy the Euros. Next, we got Group F with Austria, Denmark. Is that Faroe Islands? I believe that's Faroe Islands. Let me double check, because I don't want to get anything wrong. Yep, Faroe Islands, Israel, Moldova. Yeah, Moldova and Scotland. So, a group of 6. I'll tell you right away, I don't think Faroe Islands are very strong. They've been bottoming their groups quite consistently. Next, don't think Moldova's quite there yet. Probably beats out Faroe Islands. Scotland managed to qualify for the Euros over Serbia. That's very strong. So I do think they're going to top Israel as well. Israel is a growing team, but as of right now, they're competing at a Group B level, and they hold on. Let me double check this. They're competing in well, I actually don't know, but I do think that Scotland are stronger. Beating a squad like Serbia is admirable, and yeah, I think Scotland tops Israel. But does it matter? Can Scotland qualify in a group with Denmark, a very strong team, probably the strongest Scandinavian team as of right now, and Austria? Austria have also shown strength. Let me see. Nations League, Austria managed to top their group with Norway and Romania. So I do think Denmark wins here. I think they got a really exciting squad. Kind of young. These young players have gotten some caps now, so they've gotten going. And in second place, I think Scotland have had their fun in the Euro stuff, but I think Austria does manage to get second in this group. Group G, Gibraltar, Latvia, Montenegro, Netherlands, Norway, Turkey. A tough group, I have to say. This one looks easy, but it's tough. I'll start out by saying that I think Gibraltar and Latvia are complete losers in this group. I don't think that they go anywhere. Montenegro, I think they're going to be able to score some goals against these top teams, but they're not going to be able to get points. So, to me, those are easy picks. But in terms of first, second, and third, it's tough. I don't know so much about the Turkish team. I don't follow them so much, but from my understanding, they're quite good. And they're oh, wait a second. They're in Group B, and they bottomed a group with Serbia, Russia, Hungary. That leads me to believe that they are not in form right now. Well, either way, I'll be transparent. I'm from Norway, and I think Norwegian squad looks very exciting, and the players have finally kind of gotten together. You have players like Holland and Odegaard, who are incredibly exciting. So I'm gonna give Norway the benefit of the doubt, and everyone I know screaming right now, but I think that this is how it's gonna look, and Turkey, maybe they'll find their turnaround, but right now it's looking a bit rough. Group H, we have World Cup runner-ups Croatia, Cyprus, Malta, Russia, Slovenia, Slovakia. Only the other way around. This group, I think I'm going to go through it quick. I think that it's going to be Croatia and Russia. Looking at the rest of these teams, Malta's been so-so. Cyprus, again, all of these teams, I don't think that they quite have the quality. And I think Russia, big country as Russia, is quite fond of football, and they've been working on it ever since the World Cup. And Croatia, runners-up for the World Cup, although they have an aging squad. I will say, I think it's kind of tough to say who would win the group between Russia and Croatia, but I think that Croatia is going to be hungry for another World Cup, and Russia will be runners-up. So we got our last two groups here, and ignore all these flags down here. That was not the plan. I'm actually gonna. No, I'm not. Just ignore them. So Montenegro, Andorra, England, Hungary, Poland, and what is this country again? San Marino? No. Yeah, San Marino. So San Marino bottomed the very worst group in Nations League, so I'm going to say they get last. Andorra did the same. They bottomed one of the worst groups. So now we're left with, that's Albania, isn't it? Albania. I don't think there's much to talk about here. I think that Albania will grasp third to last spot, and I think Hungary will fight hard against teams like Poland, but Poland's just got that extra quality and that striker in Lewandowski, and they have plenty of good players. So, and I think England's squad looking really good. I think they're going to easily qualify, and I think Poland will get runner-up. And now we're down to our last group, which is Armenia, Germany, Iceland, Liechtenstein, Macedonia, and Romania. Doesn't look like a tough group, and I think that in Germany, with Lowe's, the manager, last kind of effort for Germany, I think that he'll put his all into it, and I think Germany will easily qualify. As for who comes second, man, I have no idea. I'm gonna throw a shot in the dark and say Romania. I think Iceland's not as good as they were once, but I think it'll be a tough fight. But that's my guess. That's a bit of an easy group. So now we have. I'm gonna zoom in a bit. That might be a bit much. So now we got our runner-ups and our qualifying teams, right? So what happens with the runner-ups is I'm going to create another row down here. The runner-ups, only 2 of them get to qualify. So how many teams we have here? We have 4 plus 6. So we need 2 more teams to come up here. They're going to be put in a bracket with 2 Nations League teams. We're just going to assume that the Nations League teams are weaker. And which of these teams, 2 of them get to qualify. Which ones do I think will qualify? I think Serbia's shown weakness in these qualifying rounds. Italy and Sweden has always shown kind of strength in qualifying rounds, and Italy has recently shown weakness. But you know, if we go off of just recent performances and who will do the best in these qualifiers, I'm gonna start ruling some out. I think Romania's out. I think that Netherlands ain't gonna make it. Not good enough. Who else? I don't think Austria's good enough. They don't win their Nations League group convincingly enough. So we're looking at Wales as well. Poland isn't enough quality. So we're left with Serbia as well. We're left with Sweden, Italy, Russia, and Ukraine. And between those 4, and we'll bump them up here just to make it a little more exciting. So who will join our qualifying teams here? It's tough. I think I'm going to throw Ukraine out first. Don't think they're quite as good as the teams we have here. Will Russia be able to make a comeback and make it straight back to the second World Cup in a row that they've been in? I don't think so. I think that the hype's kind of died, and I think that Sweden and Italy will make it. Although I'll say Russia is a runner-up and could be a wild card. Um, but with that being said, that is my list here. These are the 12 teams I think will qualify: Portugal, Spain, Switzerland, France, Belgium, Denmark, Norway, Croatia, England, Germany, Sweden, and Italy, with Russia being a potential, maybe Ukraine. Who knows? I'm really excited. They start today. I wish everyone a pleasurable experience watching, and I hope you like this kind of content. Leave a like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, because it lets me know that you like this kind of content and I can make more. If not, then I'm less incentivized to do so. And I'll leave it off with thank you for watching. I'm personally rooting for Norway, and I hope I see you guys soon. Goodbye.